Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of my analysis and comparison of the My Hero Academia manga and anime created by Kohei Horikoshi and animated by Studio Bones. This episode, called Roaring Muscles, will explore Deku's growth and strength over 10 months of training, receiving All Might's quirk, and arriving at the entrance exam. There will also be 2 new main characters introduced in this segment, so be looking forward to that. Midoriya finally asks All Might if he can be a hero without a quirk, in which All Might shoots down his dreams and tells him that he cannot have a hero career without a superpower. Midoriya is devastated but still goes to see a villain fight, in which Bakugo, his childhood bully, has been taken captive. Midoriya courageously tries to save Bakugo, and All Might helps save both of them from the villain before either of them are seriously harmed. After, All Might finds Midoriya and praises him for his bravery, saying that he does actually have what it takes to be a hero. If you'd like to learn more about Episode 2, go see my video linked in the description, which goes more in depth about the characters and the events that led up to the villain attack. I have no rights to the anime or the manga. All rights belong to Horikoshi and the animation studios and teams who helped him animate and develop the My Hero Academia universe. Consider picking up the manga or watching the anime, and please don't sue me. For reference, Episode 3 of the anime encompasses the chapter Roaring Muscles and includes the beginning of the chapter Entrance Exam. Please enjoy my retelling and analysis of the events of these chapters. A bit of information about All Might is shared, including details about how his rising popularity led to a decrease in crime rate, living up to his name as the symbol of peace. It is also shared that his quirk and his real name and age have not been made public. All Might reveals to Deku that he believes Deku is worthy of receiving his quirk, in which Midoriya seems confused. All Might reveals that he did not develop his quirk normally like any other hero. The quirk was passed down to him from a line of people who worked to strengthen it. This quirk is called One for All, and due to Deku's heroic instincts, All Might is willing to choose him as the successor of his quirk. After Deku wipes away his tears, he accepts All Might's offer without hesitation.
Hey! It's pretty comfy up on this bridge. How are you doing down there?
2 days later, All Might and Deku meet at a polluted area of the beach to begin Deku's training. All Might directs Deku to start cleaning up the trash scattered all along the beach. When Deku asks why, All Might explains that he is an unfit vessel to receive One for All as he is, and that if he tried, he would experience a gruesome death. Besides getting his body in shape, this part of the beach could be very beautiful if it was cleaned up more, and community service like that used to be the purpose of heroes before quirks were around. All Might also gives him a set of called the Pass the Test American Dream Plan, which details basically all of Midoriya's life, including his eating, sleeping, and training habits. Midoriya has 10 months to make this plan a reality before the UA entrance exam. The plan does seem to impact his performance in school somewhat, as he looks absolutely exhausted in class, though Deku doesn't seem less determined and even plans to do extra training to make sure he is fully ready. Bakugo, during this time, has noticeably stopped harassing him.
To work harder, or I won't stand a chance.
One morning, on Deku and All Might's usual run, Deku collapses, unable to continue. All Might tells him to get up and keep going while Deku attempts to crawl forwards, before All Might realizes Deku must have been doing extra training and has overworked himself. Deku states that he doesn't just want to pass the entrance exam, he wants to excel and be like All Might. All Might himself seems to approve of this sentiment and promises to rework his plan so that Deku won't get burnt out. On the morning of the entrance exam, All Might arrives at the beach to check up on Deku's progress. All Might finds Midoriya venting his effort on top of a huge pile of trash, having cleaned up the portion of the beach that All Might wanted him to, and more. All Might catches him before he almost passes out, and shows him the photo he took of Deku before the 10 months of training. He compares it to the current, much stronger Midoriya, praising Deku for his progress. Deku immediately breaks down in tears and tells All Might it's all due to his help, though All Might assures him it was all due to his own effort. All Might then simply breaks off a strand of his hair and tells Deku to eat it in order to transfer his quirk, which Deku does with some reluctance. After, Deku makes his way to UA, where he runs into Bakugo. Bakugo simply tells him to get out of his way before stepping by, not bothering Deku in any other way. Midoriya reflects on the time after the sludge villain incident and reveals that Bakugo has not been bullying him after Deku tried to save him, and that he just flinches on old instinct now. Other prospective students seem to recognize Bakugo from the incident and remark that he is the real deal. As Deku steps towards the entrance, he trips and nearly falls until someone catches him with their quirk. This scene serves to introduce Ochako Uraraka, a fellow prospect student who had also been heading in to take the entrance exam. She helps Deku up before he can fall, by using her quirk that can make people float, sort of like anti-gravity. She introduces herself and wishes him luck before simply walking off, Midoriya being too flustered to say anything in response. When Midoriya enters UA, he is seated next to Bakugo and listens to the voice hero Present Mike talk about the entrance exam. The assembly held before the entrance exam is run by Present Mike, a teacher at UA. Present Mike details the first part of the entrance exam, which will be located in mock cityscape areas built by UA. The test will be 10 minutes long, and the students must try to defeat as many robots as possible, of which there are 3 different kinds. Each robot is progressively more difficult to defeat and is worth more points based on the type of robot. The more points you get, the better you overall score. Attacking other students is prohibited, and any technology that goes along with your quirk may be brought in. Midoriya remarks to Bakugo that they split up students from the same middle school so that they couldn't work together, and Bakugo seems irked that he can't defeat Midoriya during the exercise. A student stands up to ask Present Mike a question. Ida stands and asks Present Mike why there is a 4th robot that he did not mention on the entrance exam sheet given to every student. He continues on to say that if it is a mistake, this is very unprofessional of UA. He continues lecturing Present Mike, saying that they are all there to become the best heroes and that this is setting a bad precedent for the school. He also yells at Midoriya for muttering. Present Mike explains that the 4th villain is worth 0 points and that it's more of an obstacle that they should avoid. He finishes with a random Napoleon Bonaparte quote, an enthusiastic plus ultra, and an encouragement to do as best as they can. Midoriya and the rest of the Group B students go to their mock city location, and Midoriya reflects on his journey here, promising to do his best. The episode concludes here with the students waiting to begin the exam. Now, onto the analysis. While watching the anime and the manga, I noticed 2 small discrepancies between the 2 medias. The first discrepancy I find pretty funny. The entire entrance exam spiel in the manga is one big reference to Mario, with the robots being portrayed as different enemies in the Super Mario Bros. Video games. Even Mario himself is shown collecting points in the form of coins and even powering up using a consumable. My favorite reference is the 0-point robot being portrayed as a thwomp, those useless rage bait rock things that do nothing but crush you, which is actually pretty realistic to this robot as you'll see in the next episode. In the anime, this entire scene has been replaced with normal-looking robots, and while the students do compare it to a video game, Mario is not directly referenced. This is probably due to copyright or something, blah blah blah, I don't know enough about all that. In the anime, Bakugo and Deku's exam cards are compared to show them being in different Battle City sections. Bakugo is in City A, while Deku is in City B, and their cards contain their name, gender, discipline, which is here a department for both Bakugo and Deku, the date and time, and a few other details. This is not shown at all in the manga, only mentioned. I don't think it changes the story, it's just an interesting little piece of information. Now, onto the character analysis. Uraraka is introduced as a seemingly sweet girl who helps Deku up using her quirk before he can trip. She is also going to try to get into UA. From Midori's reaction, Uraraka may end up being a love interest in the future episodes. She is also at the same mock cityscape as Midoriya for the entrance exam, so they may work together in episode 4. More information will be revealed about her in the coming episodes. Ida is introduced as a very strict, nerdy type who has the gall to question if UA made a mistake on their own entrance exam sheet pamphlets in the middle of the assembly. He is clearly not shy and is seemingly very straight to the point. I like his dynamic in the coming episodes and think that he's an amusing character, especially with such a bold introduction. He is also in the same mock cityscape as Midoriya, so you will see more of him in the next segment. Over the course of this episode, Deku continues to develop as a person and gain strength as a future hero. All Might deems him worthy of accepting his quirk, and Deku trains hard over 10 months to deserve that honor. Furthermore, he pushes himself harder than even All Might had dictated in his training regimen, pushing himself to go above and beyond in both cleaning the beach and his training overall. It is made clear that Deku doesn't just want to be like All Might, he wants to be the best hero the world has ever seen, and he is willing to put all the effort he has into achieving that goal. The first time I watched the anime, I doubted that a scrawny kid like Deku would ever live up to a hero like All Might. This scene, and the footage of the entrance exam in the next episode, convinced me that he could live up to All Might's standard. Not a whole lot occurs with Bakugo in this episode, so this section is brief. He has experienced some growth after nearly dying in the villain attack, and has stopped harassing Deku as seen with him simply looking away when Midoriya was muttering in class. Even at the entrance of UA, when he sees Midoriya, he doesn't blow a fuse at him for even being there, as he was so adamantly against in episode 1. It's clear that Bakugo still doesn't like Deku, obviously, since he's been his bully since they were 4, but he seems reluctant to harass him. Maybe Bakugo feels like, in some way, he owes Midoriya for trying to step in, or maybe he's realized himself what All Might has. An instinct like that, to save someone who has done nothing but bad to you for all of your life, is a sign of a true hero. Either way, Bakugo has at least stopped directing explosions at Deku, but we will see how that develops if Midoriya really does get into UA. But anyways, more on that in the next segment. Episode 4 will include the results of the Mock City entrance exam test and look into how the 4 characters above performed, and a few other things. Thank you for watching this segment, and I hope you enjoyed my retelling and analysis of the Roaring Muscles chapter. I hope you are able to form your own opinions from my analysis, and if you have anything to add, I'd love to see your ideas in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like and subscribing for more videos like this one. Here are some bloopers. Midoriya courageously tries to save Bakugo, and All Might helps save both of them from the villain before he can kill. Like, this is it's just like a bit of information about All Might is shared, including details about how his rising popularity led to a decree. It is also shared that his quirk and his real name and age have not. It is also shared that his quirk and his real name and age have not been revealed to the public. All Might. Okay. This quirk is called One for All, and due to Deku's... This work... All Might finds Midoriya venting his effort on top of a huge pile of trash. All Might... All Might then simply breaks off a strand of his hair and tells Deku to eat it in order. After Decker, not Decker, no, not Decker. I can't. We cannot have Decker and Bakugo come back. Oh god. This scene serves to introduce Oh god. Ida stands and asks President Mike why there is a 4th robot that he did not mention on the sheet given to every human. Not every single person in the world is at this entrance exam. Like, what? There isn't even anything with an H, like, anywhere near that word. What am I doing, man? Ida stands and asks President Mike why there's a 4th robot that he did not mention. Like, why did I say Mike? I was really crisp with that one. Whatever. Even Mario... Mario. Entrance exam cards of Bakugo and Deku are compared to show them being in different battle city sections. Like, why? Like, why am I writing in, like, past? Like, why is the subject, like, why is it not first? Like, what am I thinking when I write these sentences? Like, am I lucid? Like, I just did this 10 minutes ago. Like, I just can't do it anymore. Just an interesting little beat. Or maybe he's realized himself what All Might has. An instinct like that, to save someone who has done nothing but bad to you for... Nothing... What?